This is a very rare occurrence. Very often, when people call me looking to buy specialty bandsaws, horizontal, vertical, tilting head, whatever bandsaws, one of the first questions they ask is, do you have any used machinery? Almost always the answer is no. This stuff goes out, it gets used, it runs. If for whatever reason somebody sells it, they know somebody who buys it. But very rarely, I do get a used machine back, such as the case today. So this video will be basically a sales pitch. This machine was built in 2006, went to a company in California, City of Industry, which is in the LA area. They were using it to cut pallets of wallboard. I say wallboard, you might know it by the trade name, gypsum board is an official name, or sheetrock is the common trade name for this stuff. So they had pallets of sheetrock. So 4 foot wide, 10 foot long, they were 3 or 4 foot tall. They needed to cut entire pallets at once. I built them this. When it went out, it had a rather special table. So it had a traveling table like most of my 2054s do, but it was rated for 5,000 pounds. It was immense, heavy, powered, variable speed, traveling table drive, of course. So I'm not selling it with that table. That's a very specialized piece of hardware. You cannot move it manually, you can only move it with the power. And that table is just such a specialized monster. Were I to sell a table for this, I'd want to build a new one. But I can sell the saw pretty much as is. So what this is one of our model 2054s, vertical blade, normally traveling table, but often do with as you wish. Has a 5 horsepower blade drive motor. It's set up with a variable speed drive. The control panel over here that includes all these controls to run the saw start, saw stop, speed control. I've currently got it set up to run at blade speeds up to 4,500. That's excessive. Before I send this out, I'll dial it back to a max speed of 3,000, which is our normal. If you do think you need to run faster than that, let me know, and we'll work it and see if that's the correct solution. Nice having a variable speed blade control though, because it allows you to cut fussy materials. Some materials, and polypropylene is the first one that pops to mind, are very particular about what blade speed you run. Too fast, things get hot, it melts the polypropylene. Too slow, it also will melt the polypropylene. There's one little magic speed that works for polypropylene. 3,000 feet per minute seems to do okay for that. So this machine also has controls for the table and fault indications. That won't be necessary. The table is running off of an inverter. Pardon me, the saw is running off of an inverter. Dimensions. So this machine has a horizontal throat of 61 inches. That is from the blade over to the saw's vertical column, what we refer to as the horizontal throat, 61 inches. Without guides, this machine has a free blade length of 53 inches. Now a table and guides will take a little bit out of that, but you can easily net 48 inches or so of working blade length on this monster. Has roller blade guides. Actually has a top only right now. Before I let it go, we'll do a mild refurbishment on this. Has our old style guidepost socket, so unscrew these, lift it up, down to adjust it. It's a bit rusted right now. So let's address refurbishing. Before I let the saw go, I'm not going to repaint it. I don't think it really needs it. The paint's in decent shape for what it is, but I got to clean it out. So as I said, they were cutting gypsum board. And if you've ever cut sheetrock, you know it makes dust. Well, that dust is everywhere on this machine. We'll clean that out. The bearings and shafts are all in good shape. They check out fine. The wheels have a bit of a flat spot, so we'll pull the wheels, regrind, fresh crown the existing rubber, rebalance the wheels, remount them. These should be good for another 15 years or so with appropriate care. We'll recondition the upper guide, replace the lower guide. The blade drive motor, shivs, belt, all that is fine. We'll tidy up the controls a bit. But other than that, we're looking to sell it largely as is. It's fine for cutting right now. It was working up until the day they unplugged it. They sold it back to me because they had changed their production system Basically, they had gotten to such high volumes that they did need to cut in bulk. They had a different process. So this machine was still working when they unplugged it. They just retired it, sold it back to me, and now I've got it. If you have any questions about this machine or a similar one, please feel free to call or email us here at Forest Manufacturing. Oh, you probably want to see it run. Duh. So like I said, soft start, soft stop, and speed. Right now I've got it set for about 3,000 feet per minute blade speed. That's the good do-all blade speed. The guides are humming a little bit right now. That'll be taking care of the refurb. But it's ready for a new owner, another 15 years of work. Oh, one thing I will note, the blade drive motor uses regenerative braking. So it slows down, as you see, in about 5 or 6 seconds. So it's not actually a brake motor, it's just using the regenerative drive on the inverter to slow down from full speed to 0. So it's not an instant stop. Our new machines, anything built in the last 12, 14 years or so, really just after this was built, we use a brake motor. So the blade stops within a second or so. This stops within 6 seconds, which is still pretty quick for a machine this size. Again, thank you for watching.